Yo, what's up, people? So, hope everyone's well. So, Andra, I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you? I'm just on the way to the gym. So, I'm going to try do some I'm going to try this core bracing thing and see how we go with that. Because there's things I haven't really been doing properly. And yeah, especially as I'm getting like up in weight, I'm like, I need to try and refine my technique more. And yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for the like. So I'm gonna try and see how well we get on with that and see if I can get another record. But it's more about just trying to be safe and make sure I'm, because when you're in the core, it's keeping everything tight. Then it's can prevent injuries, because that's probably one of the main reasons for injuries is a lack of core bracing. I'm talking about with the deadlifts or squats and stuff like that, where it's like you need to make sure to like not have excessive bending. A lot of that is just down to proper core bracing, and that's going to like help to increase the amount of force that you can put out, because when things are stable, I think they found that stability can improve max force output, basically allowing you to lift heavier. So you want to do everything you can to increase that stability. And they said, well, I was watching some videos on it, and like you want to make sure that you like have proper bracing. And what you would do is like focus on your breathing, and like you would say, do like the diaphragmatic breathing. It's like the first thing you need to learn like to do is like, and then you also want to think of like tensing up your abs, like when you want to try and show off, and you know like you have the squeeze the abs basically. So you want to like, this is what I saw is like what you want to do is like push with your diaphragm sort of thing, and then you want to like squeeze to try and kind of, and I guess that's about kind of trying to improve stability and keep everything tight, if I understand it correctly. So also trying to use different shoes today, so we'll see how we get on. So I'm just trying to work on well, we'll just see how we get on really, but yeah, we're gonna see, because doing it with the correct form might really help, because of, like I said, increased stability. And so just see how we get on with it. You're wearing high heels? Oh, really? Good for you. I'm doing fine, thank you, Daisy May. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for the likes, everyone. So I'm gonna go to the gym and just try and, a lot of it's technique. You have to make sure that to refine your technique, especially as you start wanting to lift heavy weights. Then it's like, because things could get dangerous, or it could just be inefficient. So you want to make sure that everything's all, that your core's braced and all that sort of stuff, really. Because it can be otherwise you're gonna have like limited stability. They found that in studies where like that, because they was arguing that things like a Bosu ball might not be best in terms of improving strength overall. It might be good for like core stability and stuff, but so there might be a place for it, but they're probably not a good exercise for building your legs and stuff. It's more of a balancing and more stability. I don't know if there's anyone ever. It's I don't think I've ever tried it, but yeah. I put diet before anything else. Yeah, that's important. So yeah, welcome everybody. So I was looking into this thing on a thing called cachexia, which is something that can happen with people with like advanced cancer, basically, especially in older people, where they get this like wasting away effect. And I think this is one of the reasons why having muscle mass can have a protective effect. But some are arguing that even body fat may have a protective effect in that case. However, there's a caveat, because too much body fat increases the chance of getting cancer in the first place. So yeah. So I don't think it should be an excuse to just try and get fat. Oh, well, it's going to protect me from some of the effects of cachexia. But like I said, cancer can increase inflammation. Too much body fat, it's good, increase inflammation and can, be detrimental to the immune system. I have to say this loud noises and stuff, but yeah, just bear with me, guys. It's just walking through some kind of like maintenance work going on. So yeah, so basically, yeah, like I don't think that should be some excuse to just get fat and be like, oh, this thing says that, body fat has a protective effect against cancer or something. But then it's like too much body fat increases your chances of body fat percentages, chronic systemic inflammation. So that's something when it comes to that. So yeah, so you want to make sure that you're not having too much body fat. But yeah, but muscle is said to have a protective effect, and it's important that we don't allow ourselves to waste our muscle to completely nothing. So when you get older, especially, it can be difficult to rebuild. And yeah, hope you're doing well, everybody. Anyway, a lot of morbidity and mortality happens due to a lack of lean tissue in older people. So yeah, anyway, hope you're all having a great day. Share the live out if you can. But yeah, a lot of cancers are the risks are exacerbated by too much body fat. For example, breast cancer. If you have too much of that, then there's increased chances of, due to things like cell, reproduction of those. However, muscle tissue is generally not. You don't really generally get a lot of cancers in those. It's generally in like fat cells and stuff like breast cancer, and also like if you've got a lot of like systemic inflammation, like I said, that's gonna increase your chances of developing certain types of cancers. So yeah, but we should be trying to focus on being fairly lean and athletic and having like a muscle mass. I think is probably going to be best for overall health and longevity. So yeah, I mean, we had someone called Jack Lan, who was I guess you could say, it was like one of the first like fitness influencers. He was like very much like encouraging people to get into fitness and health. So he got to 96 and pneumonia actually took him. So it's possible that maybe he could have continued, and but who knows? But he was active till the very end, and that's probably a better way to go than to just slowly fade away. He just had a very quick end, basically. Whereas some people will get to like 70, 80, and then they got of just slowly fading away, sometimes even longer than that. So I think that is probably the best case scenario, that, if you make it to 96 and you're healthy all the way up till pretty much that point, then Valverde was still doing push-ups in his 90s. So I think that's something to inspire people to take care of your health now and just keep it up. It's because it's going to be a lot harder to build it up when you get older. A lot of people have this idea of, oh, well, I'll just kind of worry about that when I get older, which is the wrong attitude to have. I think we should be trying to sort ourselves out now, so that it's like, some consider it as like a life insurance policy, like, because if you don't do it now, then, and you don't eat healthy and stuff like that, then, the damage is already going to be done, and you're going to have, to pay the price later. Whereas if you take care of it now, then it's like, you'll have a better end to your life, won't you? But it's like, say, people, sort of saving for retirement was like an example. If you don't have anything there, then then it's like, you might not enjoy your retirement so much. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Now some argue that they don't really care about that because they don't even know if they're going to make it that long. I think that's a bit of a, I don't know, negative outlook, I guess. A lot of people have this mentality, and we can all struggle with that sometimes, of thinking, oh, well, I don't even know what's going to even happen by then, so I might as well just enjoy myself right now. The thing is, you can enjoy yourself and still be healthy, and just because if you focus on exercise and stuff like that, it's going to make your life so much better. It almost feels like you're on a cheat mode, because it's like, everything else is going to feel easier once you've done all the hard stuff, like your exercise. Everything else just then feels like a breeze. Whereas for some people, it's like they struggle to even like do basic like things, because they haven't built up a basic level of fitness. And the thing is, there's a lot of like bodybuilders that I wouldn't even consider as fit, because they don't have a good work capacity, and they don't have good cardiovascular endurance, which I think are key parts of fitness. Which, if we don't have that, then can we really consider ourselves as fit? I would argue not. So if you're only training a specific kind of way to get a specific result, I don't think that is fitness. That is vanity. If you're willing to sacrifice all other parts of your health and fitness all for one, I don't think that is very responsible, but each to their own. So, hello, Rivers Boyle. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Welcome in here. Just chatting about health and fitness and stuff. I'm just on my way to the gym, and going to do a few different exercises and stuff. And we'll see how we get on with it. But been trying to work a bit on form and stuff, and trying to learn about proper techniques and stuff like that. And as you get more advanced with it, you want to make sure that form is prioritized. Otherwise, the results that you're going to get may not be great, and also you're more and more likely to put yourself at risk of injuries, just down to the wear and tear and stuff. So it's important that we have at least a level of, oh, you love football? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm not really a football fan, to be honest, but each to their own. I mainly just do my own fitness stuff, and like to just keep seeing results with that, and I like to learn about improving, and you know what I mean. So welcome in. Hello, drawing and products. How you doing? I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? If you're new here, please can you subscribe to the channel? That would be really appreciated. So I'm going to see if I can PR again, but I might be, I don't know, we'll see. Not sure if I will, but we'll we'll try. So my PR currently on deadlift is 155 kilograms. So I want to try and get to 200 pretty soon. So yeah. Oh yeah, thank you for subbing. What's your name, by the way? I go for runs every night with my brother. I sub. Okay, thank you. Yeah, running's good, but they say be careful not to do it too much because it can put pressure. It's called eccentric pressure. So when you're that causing that impact, it can potentially have some issues to the joints for some people. So just got to try and keep it balanced and not overtrain. Got to make sure that you're letting your joints and all that recover. It can make them stronger if you give yourself chance to recover and stuff like that. So yeah, you have a great day too. Yeah, it's actually pretty mild today. It's just there's like dull, but it's feeling a bit sweaty in this jacket at the moment actually. So yeah. Yeah, it's not great, but it's just dull. But it's good for like November though. It's way warmer than you would expect, really. You actually think like, when are we actually going to start getting quite cold weather? Because we haven't really had much cold weather yet, fortunately. Usually by about this time of year, it starts to really drop off. Usually by about November is when it really starts to get cold in the UK, but it's a bit strange. It's like been the whole year's been way warmer than what you would expect, really. Usually by now I'd probably have to start putting gloves on or something, but we haven't got to that point yet. And then for the next few days, it's still going to be quite mild. So, yeah, at least it's not cold, isn't it? You know, for November, it's actually pretty decent. Can't complain, really. Yeah, I need to just go into town and get some. Need some more spray. Yeah, need to put spray on. Just gonna get some of that. So yeah, I'll just take you guys with me for a bit. But hello, Frankie. How you doing? I hope you're well today. Thank you for joining me. So I'm gonna just try and get some spray. Yeah, so I'm not like smelling when I'm doing my workout and stuff because it can cause a lot of odor, can't it? So yeah, so we have to be a bit considerate, don't we? We don't want other people to be smelling those odors, do we? So yeah, so I'm gonna get some spray before I go in. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well today. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm trying to focus on getting stronger and just my overall fitness. Did a few jumping jacks earlier, but yeah, I quite like those. They're pretty good for cardio. I usually just do some kind of random stuff. I mean, don't like to kind of just make my workouts boring and stuff. I like to just be spontaneous and just do what I feel like in that moment. I love the cold, but when it's too cold, I don't like it that much. And my dream is to be a footballer. Oh, cool, yeah. Well, good luck on that then. You got to believe in yourself and commit yourself fully. So yeah. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. What's everybody up to? If anybody's got any questions, put them in the chat. But I want to try and get better with the deadlifts. I think that because it might be an exercise where I'm naturally have an advantage on potentially. Because let's say like taller people may have an advantage with that due to long limbs and stuff. Long limbs and short torso, they say, is better for it, but I thought like short legs would probably be better, but I don't know. because long legs can actually increase the range of motion, but I guess it depends like on proportions and stuff. But hello, Lenice Sell. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but hope you're well. I don't usually go to the gym actually. I'm just I usually do like park workouts and home workouts, but I've been trying to like get stronger and do like deadlifts and stuff like that because I want to try and get up my numbers on that for like 1 rep maxes and stuff. I mainly just do 1 rep maxes, so I'll just do like warm-ups. I'll do like, you know, like lighter weights to try and build it up that way. You know, it's about warming up those muscles to do that. They say that can help you and also prevent injuries and stuff. So starting off with a lighter weight, getting the muscles warmed up. But like I said, I need to try and, you know, be mindful of bracing and actually like some actually helps me lift more weight. And also it's about doing it safely and correcting my form because people have been commenting on my form and stuff. So a lot of that's just down to correct bracing and stuff, and just that's going to help to correct your posture on it, which can potentially help you mitigate injuries. So yeah, that's what it's all about anyway. But I have seen a lot of people do like with like somewhat of an arched back though, especially when they do heavy weights. But then Eugene Teal said that there's nothing wrong with having some arching, but I don't know. But I think racing's important, I guess, because it's just about trying to keep everything tight so you don't end up, because it puts you in a vulnerable position or something with when your core's not tight or something. Hello, Delboy. We're about my neck looks a bit effed up. Well, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with my neck, but anyway, probably some hater or something, but I don't know. We always get these sort of people, don't we? So I aren't old enough to go to gym. All right, okay. Yeah. You have to be a certain age, don't you? But anyway. Hope you're all having a good day. I don't know what to really talk about, but hello, Nicholas. How you doing? Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, if anyone's new here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. Also, if you can send gifts or whatever you call it, I mean the super chats. Every bit is appreciated. So, hello, Julie. How you doing? I hope you're well. So I'm just going into town. I'm gonna just pick up some. I need some body spray, so I need to do that, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. But we'll be getting off once I'm not gonna go in the shop, and then I don't know. I'm just gonna stay on until I get to the shop and do that. So yeah, but I just gotta be careful with the deadlifts because, especially as I'm increasing the weight and stuff, that I need to be more mindful of technique and stuff. Otherwise, I could have some issues, and yeah, to say the least. So what is it that I do? I mainly just talking about fitness, health, mental health, etc. And I post my workouts and stuff sometimes, and yeah, I just like to inspire people and inspire people to become their best self. So that's what I'm about, really. But thing is, sometimes I struggle to take my own advice on certain things, you know. Because sometimes I think to myself, I need to practice what I preach. Like when I talk about certain issues and whatever, and I don't know, then, you know, it's like nobody's perfect, I guess, but sometimes we have to look at ourselves and maybe we could be doing better. I'm in the UK. Whereabouts are you from? Thank you for joining me anyway. I'm just walking into town at the moment. Just need to pick up some spray. Otherwise, I'm going to get kind of smelly, I think. So, yeah. But this, as I do my workouts and I feel a sense of like achievement after that I've done that. If I don't do much workout, sometimes I can feel a bit sort of like something ain't right because I've just not exerted myself. I need to try and exert myself every day in some way. Otherwise, I feel like I've wasted that day, sort of thing. Like when I've gone for a hard workout, sometimes I can feel more chill afterwards. Yeah, but then if I go too hard, that can then lead to feeling kind of. It can actually affect my mental health if I go too hard. It's about finding that right balance, really, and not getting carried away. Going hard enough to where you feel a sense of relaxation afterwards, but then not going too hard where you can actually feel kind of depressed and just something, not depressed, but like you can feel a bit down and negative, because I've noticed that before where if I've gone too hard, and especially if I haven't had enough sleep and stuff like that, that's where you have to balance the workouts with recovery. If you're working out too much and not recovering enough, then what's the point? You're just setting yourself back doing that. And you've just wasted all that workout for nothing when you don't get enough recovery. So, hello, Thif, or Thifin, I don't know how you pronounce that, but welcome in anyway. Hope you're well today. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. All right, let's cross over. Thank you for the 3 likes. Come on, guys. I've got 7 in here. 3 likes. Can we get the likes to 7 real quick? It only takes a second, so just double tap the screen. You know, just the thumb up icon there. Just do that for me real quick. It'll help me out here. So, there we go. I'm 4 now. Come on, guys. 3 more. Anyway. But yeah, sometimes I feel like, I don't know, the whole world's just kind of going by really fast and everyone's always rushing around, and, you know, maybe I'm in the wrong kind of place. It's just, there's certain countries where it's a more laid back way of life. That doesn't mean that you're lazy or anything. It's just the fact that it's all about trying to be yeah, obviously moving your body, it's important, being active, but then people seem to be stressed. They're always like rushing, like they're panicking to be somewhere, kind of thing. And then you get all this stress going on where people have like road rage and all kinds of shit going on, and people getting pissed off because they're stuck in traffic, and, you know, this is not really good, is it? It is okay. Hang on. All right, so like we have to make sure that we're just keep that in mind, really. That, you know what I mean? It's you know, to not be stressed, because stress is one of the biggest killers, isn't it? We've got to try to mitigate stress as much as we can. You know, if we're like, you know, always in a rush, we're always worrying about being late to somewhere or whatever. That's not good for us. We should be setting our life up in a way that that is pretty much not a thing. Of course, it's not possible for every single person, but unless you absolutely, you know, need that. I mean, obviously, if people are working as, say, like doctors and nurses, that can be quite stressful. things like that. But there's a lot of people out there that are just, I don't know. I just see a lot of people just rushing around and just, that's what I notice. A lot of people are just, and you get all these people. Another thing is when people are being quite inconsiderate and they're like zipping around on their bikes, going really fast, and they're just not even giving any indication, and they're just close to running you over. I really hate it when people do shit like that, but people just need to be more mindful. And but it's just the fact that everyone's just so much in their own bubble, and they're just kind of, I don't know, this whole society, I'm just not really like into it, especially like Western society. I don't know, like, I just do not really really want to be part of it that much, to be honest. Try and just kind of I don't know, I can talk to people, I can hang out with people and stuff, but couldn't do it all the time though. I mean, but I couldn't just hang around with random people just for the sake of it. A lot of people say, "Oh, I should go to the pub or whatever." I don't want to. It's not my thing. But kind of just at a point where I tend to just like to stay at home and just where it's quiet and just there's not the whole chaos. It's so chaotic, isn't it? The world. Maybe that's the autism thing. I don't know. It's just everything just seems so chaotic, and I don't know. But it is what it is, you know. I guess, just learn to embrace it, but then it's hard. Sometimes I like to have things in a certain order and just predictable, and somewhat predictable. But then when it comes to certain things, I can be quite spontaneous. But it's like I like to do things on my terms, and just when something just happens very kind of like out of the blue, it can really kind of, I find that can be a bit of a challenge. Because I'm like, so I can be like sort of, oh crap, and then I'll be like, for example, someone might offer something like, and it's like sort of very short notice. I can struggle with that because my brain can't really process to like that whole thing, because I'm like, I don't know, it feels like a lot of pressure. So I just end up like declining things because I'm like, it's just too short notice or something. I tend to like things with a bit more notice. I think that's something a lot of people on the spectrum seem to have the issue of, is maybe like a certain amount of time notice. I think I've gotten better at it though. I think I'm better at like dealing with stuff like that, but I've still got a way to go though. But I'm always trying to improve, and we have to just be mindful of these things so that we can sort of, if we can become mindful of the things that trigger us or whatever, then we can sort of learn to prevent these sort of things, or at least mitigate them. We have to learn about our brain and how it works so that we can just learn to be okay with everything, and just not to be kind of affected by anything external. That's what it comes down to, is just finding your own internal peace. That's what it comes down to. I think finding your own sense of just inner peace. Finding that sense of like just whatever's going on outside is irrelevant. What matters is what's going on internal. Am I happy with where I'm at right now? Am I happy with my life? So I tend to find that when I'm in a more positive mood, then I tend to be able to just deal with things better. Like I can deal with stressors better. Sometimes it's like it doesn't even affect me at all. So I'm just in such a good mood where it's like, nothing really bothers me at that point. I think when you're already in a negative mood, then every little thing just irritates you. So we have to just prioritize that. I'm sure we're getting enough sleep. So I find that lack of sleep seems to exacerbate the symptoms of that, of like sense of irritation and things like that. Just yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll be getting off in a minute, but just getting into the center of town. But yeah.